Welcome, everybody, to Wolves After Dark. Timberwolves lose an afternoon game. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera and stuff. Pain. Pain. But afternoon game, playing a good team. The Clippers are a good team, so this isn't like the Trailblazers that we're going to play tomorrow. But if you're new here, subscribe. If you're not new here, or if you're new here, like the stream. No tech issues, I think. And I think I've got the right voice on. I don't have the girl voice on today. So that's good. Mark, thank you for becoming a member once again. I wonder if blindness is all that bad. Mark said the line. All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. Finch played the lineup that lost us twice. Why? Yeah, Finch's lineup decisions, man. I'm just like, I just hate them. I just hate them. Bad. Also, there was almost a point where he accidentally took out Nah instead of Kyle. But then they had to like switch it. It was just awkward and gross. But yeah. Zero offense lineup has only been trouble every single. Yeah, and that's the thing. Why are we starting the fourth with a zero offense lineup? Because like I get that our defense is great, and our defense did play pretty good tonight. I mean, like sure there was lapses here and there, but like overall it was pretty good. I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me that we continue to try it. But I guess that's just what we're gonna do here from here on out. I don't know. So refs are a joke. Simon says, honestly, Simon, in the beginning, totally agree with you. I do think we kind of got to a place late where it was kind of in between for everything. Like it wasn't like that crazy. So I'm not going to blame the refs for this one, but there was a time where that one ball draft was really going after us. But I don't know if I'm going to say that. I will say generally, I'm pretty calm for how disappointing of a loss that was. I mean, we were up, like 15 points in the first quarter? Like, that's pain. That's bad, but it's also not something we're used to doing. Almost every game, I feel like lately, we go down early. Our second unit comes in, gets us back to tied, and then boom, it's a game. And then we make it. Obviously, we win most of our games, so like we win at the end. But tonight was the opposite. Our starters were really into it, which is weird for an afternoon game. And then the second unit came in, and it was like nothing was happening. Super weird. Super weird. Let's see. Catching up on some chats. This is why no playoff matchup is looking favorable for this team. JJ, I might be delusional, but I still think that the Timberwolves match up well in the playoffs against a lot of teams. I don't know. This is probably the foolish part of me, and you guys can do your best to try to fix me. But I really do think that the Timberwolves are just not taking these games very seriously. The regular season, that is, especially after the All-Star break. And even leading up to the All-Star break. I just think that we took games very seriously in the beginning of the season, and I feel like now it's just been meh. I mean, how many times tonight? Like there was that play. What play was that? Was it I don't know. There was some play where, yeah, Norman Powell was just wide open. It's like Ant's just not paying attention. Carl just lazy plays. Other than the first quarter, lazy all night. Ant was lazy. Rudy and Kyle having some weird like missteps together. But also just like not guarding Norman Powell is an issue. That's something that does worry me because something like that happens every night, even with our defense. So I don't know. Let's see. Cat floating around the 3-point. Yeah, see, Johnny, that's exactly what I'm saying. Floating around the 3-point line the entire game. Get your ass on the elbow or low post sometimes. I honestly wonder if Chris Finch is doing all these weird, like, forces to Rudy in the paint moves just to make Cat, like, post-ups more palatable late in the season. I don't know. Maybe I'm off. That could be crazy. But that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I don't know. Clippers gave us chances. JJ, I will say this. A lot of our games recently have been like, hey, we had chances to win, not because we gave ourselves chances, but because the opponent gave us chances. What was the game just recently that we played where the team scored or shot 50% from their free throws? Was that just the last game? I don't remember. But like, we have many games where we are given opportunities to win, and we do win, obviously a lot. But man, I don't know. A little tough. Conley and Nas gave us little to nothing tonight. Crone, 100%. We have had really, really disappointing games from Nas especially. Conley also. I mean, both of them. If we have offense from them, obviously this is an easy win. I mean, Nas tonight, what did he shoot? 0 of 7. I mean, the other fact that you can look at is that Harden was like 0 of 9. What was he? 0 of 10. He didn't make a shot tonight. So like, you kind of have these balances on each side, which is why it was such a close game. But yeah, Nas, we talked about it last stream, just not good. He's just been bad. I trust that it'll come back. I'm sure he's in a funk. Conley's stuff, I don't know if that's a funk or if that's something else. But you might be right, Cam, but that doesn't make me feel any better about the immaturity. Let me see. I lost it. Sorry. When immaturity was the fear coming into the season. Yeah. Mark, you're right. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that it's not a red flag, but I just think that, Ant in particular, that's more of who I'm thinking of. Ant in particular takes these playoff games so seriously that I just have such a hard time believing that he wouldn't be 100% locked in, which is a bad mindset. You can't just, I mean, like, obviously we're 42-19 now, so we're really good shape. We're a 3-way tie for first place, I think, right now. And almost, I don't want to say guaranteed top 4, but man, it's looking, that's what I meant to look up. It's looking really unlikely that there's any kind of possibility of a comeback for these teams that are under 5. I was going to look up playoff magic numbers to get to certain places. I think our magic number is 21. I mean, that's so high, but that's for first. I don't know. It's just these teams that are really low. Tonight winning would have been huge because if we would have won tonight, we would have been up on, I mean, we would have been really up. Let me go to the standings. Standings. We would have been up like 8.5 because the Mavs lost today. So we would have been up 8.5 and they're the 8th seed. We would have been up 7.5 on the Kings. We would have been up 7 on the Kings are 7th. So that's like the main kind of cutoff, really. You don't want to be lower than that. Because you don't want to be in the play-in, which we're not falling to the play-in. That's not going to happen. But like, just thinking like that, you don't want to worry about it. And we're so close to not worrying. But if we could have won tonight, then we play the Blazers tomorrow, hypothetically an easy win. That feels really good. But I mean, now it's like whatever. But Eric Heller says they are up 23 games over 500. I think that's why Finch is trying these other lineups. Yeah, I do think that Finch is trying some things, but I just think that, like Gerald was saying, or whoever was saying, that like no offense lineup is fine to throw out there at times, but I just think starting the fourth quarter is such a crucial moment for this team that it's like, man, we have to. Like, that's the time where you do lock in. If my theory of them not taking regular season games are correct, then they absolutely need to take the fourth quarter seriously. If they're going to take up the first 3 quarters, they have to take the fourth quarter seriously. And we can't take the fourth quarter seriously when we're starting with Gobert, Conley, Anderson, and Nas. When Nas is not playing well. I mean, Nas has been hitting some shots tonight. He played really well, I thought. But Nas, not Nas. Nas did not play well. But JJ says, hello, 4th seed. Hey, I'll take a 4th seed, worst case. I love that as a worst case scenario. But I also don't love going up against the Pelicans. So Because also, I think that we can go deeper than one. I don't think we're a first round exit. I'm going to really try to not be that down. um, but trust me, it's definitely in my mind. It's definitely in my mind. Noah didn't watch, but based off the box score, here are my thoughts. Noel going off, Reed not going off was a huge difference maker. That's a great observation, Noah. Cat Ant not really great in crunch time. No surprise. Yeah, Noah, good to see you again, by the way, Noah. This was a weird game to watch. Honestly, maybe I'm just like a sicko, but like I kind of enjoy these games against the Clippers because I feel like both teams kind of have, it's not the same like the Kings the other day, where the Kings have like Malik Monk, and I know that Powell was going off, but like they have these just like explosive players that if they start getting going, there's just no stopping, and they could go out to like a 15-20 point lead. The Clippers are like an older, slower team. So like even though they beat us in fast break points again, it's like they never go on these insane runs against us anyways where we can't come back. So it's always kind of close. So which makes it feel better. But I don't know if that might be kind of a BS answer. Godfrey, no idea why they didn't shoot a 3 at the end. Would have liked to seen a replay, but Bally does a bad job of showing replays. Well, we were kind of talking about it in the Discord, and Jim Pete was talking about it on the broadcast. If you're going to take a 2, you got to take a 2 fast. Like, why are we waiting until 3 seconds to take a 2? And then we give them the opportunity to do what they did at the end of the game, which was also like the weirdest end of a game. I don't know. I just I think Cat's not feeling his threes right now after the All-Star break, which is terrible. We need him to be a scorer and a shooter. And right now, he really prefers being a driver. Which in the beginning of the game, Cat, amazing. I'm so happy with Cat to start the game. He almost had a triple-double, by the way, tonight. But then he just like did nothing. He did nothing. I wish I had stats break. If somebody can break down Karl Anthony Towns' shots second quarter and on, I'd love to know, because I think he was 5 for 5 in the first. So if he was 5 for 5 in the first, then he went 2 of what? Like 13 to end the game. That's not okay. That's what Curry shot tonight, I think. But 7XXX, welcome to the stream. This team has the lowest basketball IQ in the entire league. You know, 7, you fit right in here. This is what we've been talking about forever. This is the lowest IQ basketball team. We just get hot sometimes, and sometimes it works. We play with emotion. We do not play with smarts. That's what I'll tell you. But yeah, it's either that or we need to be blowing teams out by 40 at halftime. And Crone, you're right, because then we'd only win by like 5. Renzi. Oh, I missed a comment that I was going to read. Is it still a good idea to keep Cat? Renzi. Cat, another Renzi comment. Cat not doing anything during crunch time is such a Cat mentality. This is why we need to get rid of him for somebody who actually knows how to attack the paint and can defend. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Cat embodies that player that I just said, like playing with emotion. That is what Cat does. He plays by emotion. Shout out to Gerald, by the way. Gerald has called this for like the better part of a decade now. But Gerald has said, you need to give Cat the ball with opportunities where he does not have to think about what he's doing. Because if he's just a catch and shoot guy, I mean, lately his shot has not been on. But if he's just a catch and shoot guy, or just like quick plays where he doesn't have time to think, he is fantastic. He can be great. But he is given too much time to think now, and that leads to just a lot of things. I really don't want to dive into trade talks after like a bad game from a player. And I know you're not asking me to do that, Renzi, but like it's going to be interesting this off season. We're just going to have to talk. If we really are a one and done playoff team, like we are out after the first round, of course we're going to be talking about trading players. I really don't think they're running it back with this same squad, given the tax implications that there are. If you can't make it past the first round multiple years, like that's a problem. Past the first round gets a little tricky because if you only make it to the second round, it's like, is that valued? Is that not? I don't know. And obviously, if you make it to the finals, you are running it back. But which I still think we have a chance. By chance, I don't mean good chance, but I think we have a chance. Eric, could the Clippers be a second round matchup for us if we make it past the first? I would love that. I think that's a great matchup for us. I like the matchup for us. I think we do kind of match up well with them, which is why it was frustrating to lose tonight, because we obviously could have won this game too. So just like we could have won the game against the Kings. It's really dumb. I thought I missed a comment that I was going to try to read. AJ B-Ball, welcome to the stream. Anthony Edwards took a 2 where we were down 3 with 5 seconds. Why am I the only one that is upset about that? See, AJ B-Ball, we're okay with that if he does that like 10 seconds earlier. Maybe not with 3 seconds left. Because if you can't get a 3 off, I don't want them just heaving a 3. Because we had a timeout still. We could have played the foul game and come back down and hope for a miss and then get a 2 again. But with 3 seconds left, like that's like some Martell Webster type shit. Like we don't want that. Yeah, bad. Dayon Davis, another game where the Wolves had no answer for the 6th man on the opposing team. Well, I think we don't have a defensive answer for them for some reason. If we could have our 6th man in Nas score a little bit, that would be fantastic. But Jorge Johnston, please tell me if I'm saying your name wrong. I feel like I always say it wrong or different every single night. LOL, Edwards had no points in the 4th quarter. Talk about doing nothing at the end of the game. Yes, that too. And also, well, he did score that too, the 2 points at the end of the game. But other than that, no, he did not score. So it was a bad game. I mean, honestly, it was a pretty bad game for a lot of people. If we're grading it off the 1st quarter, everyone gets an A tonight. If we're grading it off of the rest of the game, like a D-low or less, like it's bad. I don't know. JJ's ready to get downvoted. Oh boy, you're gonna say crazy stuff about Ant. Prone, that's exactly what I brought up on Howls and Growls. Shout out Howls and Growls. Need more from max players for sure. Oh yeah, big time. Honestly, weirdly, over the last couple games, it's been Jaden that's showing up the most out of everybody. He almost had the craziest hammer dunk. Like when we were down 4 in the 4th, he had that one dunk attempt. I think it was a lefty dunk. That he didn't get a foul. He didn't get fouled or didn't get called a foul against him. But that was a fun one. Wow, did Jaden really only score 6 points tonight? I felt like he played pretty well tonight. He really only scored 6? I don't know. Maybe I'm combining games. Trade Cat for Kuminga, call me a casual says. Never really thought about that. I mean, obviously we would need more than just Kuminga, but don't trade for D'Lo and draft Kuminga. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that trade actually, I mean, the players that we got out of it ended up being okay. And in the end, like multiple times after the trade, but I don't know. Yeah, the pity 2-point play. Make a wish 2 points. 9 for 33 from threes, turnovers at bad times, fast break points will not cut it. True, Dan. Jogging, giving up. Yeah, the jogging is the thing that bothers me the most about this. And it's like, I don't want to give Ant any excuses because, like, if he's injured, he needs to be out, you know? And I think he is, like, his knees hurt, his hip hurts, all this stuff. But it's like, okay, well, then don't play. Like, we shouldn't be playing. So, I don't know. Did I miss this? I'm going to try something. If this works, I'm sorry if it's super loud too. But I'm going to try to play... Yeah, it didn't work. I wonder, do I not have that up? I must not. I was going to try to play the alert. Looks like there's no alerts for some reason. But, oh well. Get that on here though. We should get alerts. Yeah, add alerts. Boom, there we go. Now. Hey, that works. I don't know if any noise played though. So, cool. There we go. Thanks for subscribing. If you subscribe, your name should show up on screen. Okay. Well, I think we should maybe jump into the tier list. Oh, a couple more comments actually. In the clutch, Ant, Cat. This is Disco Wolf, by the way. Welcome back, Disco Wolf. Good to see you. In the clutch, Ant, Cat, Rudy, Conley all dropped to a -20. Yeah, that is That's rough. I do not love that. As a big Cat defender, I am definitely worried about the playoff Cat, but to pretend like Ant will be game planned in the same way in this year's playoffs is absurd. Yeah, I mean, that's I do worry about that. But I also worried about that a little bit last year, and he was still able to kind of I mean, I know we were beaten 4-1 by the Nuggets, but like he was capable of going off in games. You know, he hit that game winner in game 4. He almost hit the game tire in game 5, and he had like big games too. So I don't know. Like he was game planned against, and he is getting double teamed. But he will continue to get more double teams and get more pressure, and they'll find more ways to adjust to him. So you know you have to be better, and that's where Cat's going to have to shine. Cat is going to have to hit shots when it comes playoff time. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise that he is off right now and that April is his month. Except the playoffs are like 2 months long, which is insane. But yeah, cool. Well, I think we will go to the tier list. Tier list time. Ooh, welcome, Zach. Haven't seen your name either in a while or ever. Actually hilarious how you guys blame Ant, but every time he gets to the ball or gets off the ball, no one can do anything because we have no offensive talent. Yeah, I mean, and our IQ is just like disgustingly low. We kind of were talking about that. And I mean, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of Ant haters, it seems. By the way, I am not an Ant hater, just to be clear. But there are high expectations for Ant. For Ant. But Mike's first steps is non-existent, and Cat and Jaden have been low IQ. Rudy is Rudy on offense. Yeah, and we keep forcing it to Rudy, which is driving me nuts. Okay, let's go to the tier list. Tier list time. I tried to make it bigger. I don't know if it did anything. It feels like it's still gross. So, okay. And I don't know if we're going to care about order today. We're going to kind of go in a random order. Oh, yeah. Let's get the alert box here so that in case anybody subscribes or does anything, we still have that. By the way, if anything happens, if next time we have a subscriber or something happen, let me know if there's like, because I tried to have Ant's sensational play for these alerts, and I don't think it's working, which is annoying, but whatever, I guess. Cool. Also, I'm testing something. Does this double the audio? Double? No, it does not double the audio. Okay, I don't think. Anyways, okay. If you're new here, like the stream, subscribe to the stream so you can see your name pop up. Also, I'm just very curious to see something show up. We're gonna do a tier list. If you are new here though, let me tell you how this works. A1, unforgettably good game. Spoiler, nobody had A1 tonight. Wancho is like pretty much the lowest you can go on a nightly basis, but Shake is where if you've had many bad games in a row, you're Shake Milton. Think of Shake as like very, very low. We may be adding a tier here called Bottoms, just FYI, which is in between Shake and Wancho, because Wancho has lost a little bit of its luster here, or whatever the opposite of luster is. And then meh is meh, and then everything else is in between. This is based off tonight, not the whole season, so obviously there's players that have done well this season that are going to have bad grades tonight because we didn't have a great game. And remember, this is not based off of the first quarter, and it's also not based off of the second through fourth quarter. This is off of every single quarter, so it's going to be, there's some people that had bad nights that had maybe good starts that might not get as low as you're expecting. So I think Bottoms tier is good. Honestly, we might have to add it now. We might just have to, whoops, I just did something crazy. Let's add a row below, and it's gonna be Bottoms. It should be, I don't even know what color it should be. Oops, not that. Bottoms. There it is. We got Bottoms. Maybe let's do like pink or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Bottoms. Okay, we got Bottoms in there. Okay, let's go. Tonight we can see all the tiers on here, right? Yeah, okay. Let's start. Oh, I don't see the players. So I got to get the players in here. One moment. I think that's okay. Might be kind of hard to see, but hopefully it's not too crazy for you guys. So let's get it. Let's start. Let's actually start with Nas. So Nas had kind of a weird game. He did have a great rebounding game, and I actually loved a lot of Nas's rebounds tonight. So get your grades in. Tearflation, clappiness. A little true, but also we need more tears. We've run into too many situations where we need more. Okay. Nas Reed, get your grades in for Nas Reed. He had 3 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. He was a team low -18 though. 0-7, 0-3 from 3. 3 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds. I mean, the rebounding, there really were some good rebounds tonight. I think especially in the third quarter, I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly, but we need more. We just need scoring from Nas. We just need more scoring from Nas. It has to be, I mean, it certainly can't be 3 points. We at least need 13 from Nas. Like realistically, on any given night, we need 13 from Nas. And that might be like minimum, unless somebody else is going nuts. So really, we're probably hoping for like 15 points from Nas, if not more. But 3 is just not going to cut it in 21 minutes, especially with 7 shots. Like you got to make some. Some of these were wide open shots too. So I don't know if I want to go full Wancho. I think I want to go D'Lo. I think I'm going D'Lo. Seeing some meh. I don't know. I think it's D'Lo. I think we need more points from him. Meh would have been like, oh, he scored 10 points. Well, if he had 10 points and 11 rebounds, that feels okay. But I don't know. Maybe I'm off. I just feel like we need offense from Nas, and we had literally none from him tonight. So, players tried to salvage broken play at the end. It's a scramble mode. Yeah, I mean, that last play was crazy. I don't even understand that last play. Yeah. Zach McCready, you guys are delusional to think Ant is going to be a top 5 player overnight. His whole career has improved in a linear fashion. I agree with you, Zach. I am not as harsh as some may be here. Not naming names. I do think there's some concerns, but that's he's 22. You know, that's the thing that I go back to. With Towns, we're pretty critical of Towns, but that's because he's been in the league like 9 years, like more than double the amount of time that Ant has. And Ant has already ascended to being like a playoff leading, like he is leading this team to the playoffs. Are we making the playoffs without Towns or without Towns? Maybe. Without Ant, I don't think so. Even with Rudy, I don't think so. So I think Ant deserves credit. Does he still make boneheaded plays a lot? Yes. Does he still play lazy tonight and many nights? Yes. And those are the things that are concerning going forward. At least in the realm of thinking about top 5. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent now. It's D'Lo for Wancho. What the heck am I saying? It's D'Lo for Nas. Ooh, we got to do another bad one. Let's do Mike Conley. Wow, the combination of Mike and Nas tonight scored 3 points. That's insane. And Mike played 27 minutes. Mike, 0 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He was a +8 apparently. 0 for 4. 3 turnovers, by the way, and 2 of which were like bad passes, like almost identically bad passes where they went through our players' legs. Would love to have those back, but at the same time, Conley's one of these guys that does not turn the ball over much, so it's hard to really like be too mad at him for it. But on a nightly basis, since we're grading just off tonight, it was a pretty stinky game for Conley. And I agree with Crone. Crone says Conley is a Wancho. I kind of think it's a Wancho. The 7 rebounds is kind of a wild stat. But that's just the ball bouncing to him. I don't think that's necessarily like some immense amount of like rebounding skill, because we know that's not going to happen. Yeah, I think it's Wancho, especially with the tierflation that's happening. He's not bottoms. Because, like, I mean, he's a plus player. I don't want to be like putting him in bottoms or Shake Milton. But yeah, it was not good. Yeah. Conley D'Lo, in your opinion? More Monte. I agree, Godfrey. Yes. Monte even had like great shots tonight. I don't know. We should do Monte next, by the way. Let's do Monte. Monte played 11 minutes and doubled the amount of points that Naz Reid and Mike Conley scored combined, which isn't saying much. But he scored 6 points. He hit on 2 threes in crucial moments, by the way. Like, these were not like insignificant buckets. Like, these were good. But that's about all he did. There wasn't a lot else. I mean, he only played 11 minutes. So I think, I don't know. This is like such small minutes. I almost want to give him a B, but I feel like I can't give him more than a meh. Yeah, I'm loving Monte, though, Johnny. You're right. I am loving him. But June, 26-point high, career high to 6 points for Jaden. Yeah, I mean, we'll get to Jaden in a second. B for Monte, Eric says. Monte, B. JJ did make 2 key threes. Yeah, I think I'm down to give him a B because I want to see more. And I know Finch watches our tier list, so gotta make sure that that we get our boy Monte in that game. Clappiness, B is totally appropriate. Yeah, I mean, really, if he doesn't make those shots in the beginning of the fourth, where are we? Like, honestly, where are we? But okay, next up, let's do somebody. Oh, let's do Jaden. We were just talking about Jaden, actually. June brought it up. 26 points to 6. That's rough. I still felt like Jaden had a good game, though. Am I crazy? Like, I don't feel like this was like such a bad game from Jaden. I loved his aggressiveness. When it's kind of weird. You know, you guys know I have not been like a huge fan of Jaden, not like everybody else is. I mean, I'm a fan of Jaden, but like I just find flaws with like I don't see him being this offensive star for us. But lately, the way we're running the offense through him at times, his hammer dunk attempt tonight that was a miss and didn't get a foul call, unfortunately. I loved that. His cutting. I don't know. Like, if he can shoot better, which he has done a little bit better recently, I kind of like involving him in the offense more. Could be crazy. But I liked it. Anyways, Jaden, get your grades in for Jaden. 33 minutes, 6 points, 2 rebounds. I mean, this is like it's such a Jaden stat line. 33 minutes, and he didn't even accumulate like 10 total stats. But 6 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, a steal. He was 3 of 9, 0 of 4 from 3, which is probably the biggest problem for me. If he hits 2 threes, that's a 12-point game for him, and I feel way better about him. And I'm like, honestly, I'd be looking at this and thinking, man, am I really going to give Jaden a 12-point performance an A? I thought he played pretty good defensively too. I mean, he had no fouls. I thought he had 2 fouls. He had no fouls. I thought he played pretty well. There was only one play defensively where I can really think like he went like over a screen, got behind Kawhi, and then he had to catch up, and then Kawhi just did like a floater. But like that's one play. I'm not going to grade him harsh for like one play. I do think we need more offense, but I liked his game tonight. Yeah, FJD. I think I'm probably meh. Mark, meh. FJD, meh. No, yeah, sorry. Not an A. Only if he was making a few threes is what I meant. Sorry, I don't know if I said that right. I think it's meh. I see a couple of you saying D-Lo. I think if he hits some threes, it's closer to at least a B, if not an A. But he didn't. He went 0 of 4 from 3. So I think meh. Probably meh. It's probably a meh. I don't want to go D-Lo, though. I think he played okay. Maybe I'm just off the high of last game, but I thought he played pretty well. Jorge says D-Lo. We need 10 points minimum a game every night. There's a lot of players. June, you're right. There's a lot of players, though, that we need 10 points minimum a night. Like, we need Naz to have 10 points. We need Conley to have 10 points. We need Jaden to have 10 points. And if we do that, I feel like there's, like, no games we're losing. Right? But it's also, it's just, like, and Jorge, like, here's the thing. Other teams do this. Like, other teams have bench players and role players that do this on a pretty consistent basis. I'm not saying that we don't like. I mean, you know, like we have Nah, who has been pretty consistent for us and getting us a decent amount of points. Tonight he only scored 8, but like, you know, he hit some shots tonight that were big. So put Finch on whatever the lowest grade is. Do we have Finch on here? I don't remember. We don't. Yeah, I'm with you though. I'm just really, I don't know how to describe this. I don't know if I'm necessarily asking for Finch to be fired. Like I'm not in that because one, we're the #1 seed. And two, the players like him, which I don't know if that's even like a good thing to say. Like you want your players to like your coach, but it's almost like they like him too much. It's kind of like the Ryan Saunders thing. I know he keeps them more accountable than Ryan, but it's the play calling, it's the lineups, it's the. Luckily tonight, Finch made a good choice in not challenging that one play, but his challenges are bad. I don't know. Just there's a lot of Finch things that are not good. By the way, I want to clarify. I said this weird. I'm not in the camp of fire Finch, but he is. It's more of like he's not coach of the year, and I've said that a million times. And if he gets coach of the year, then like no voting matters anymore. It doesn't matter already. But oh, cool. The Timberwolves put highlights out of Karl-Anthony Towns' game. Sick. Yeah. Just a lot of Kyle, a lot of no offense, just like weird. I like Nah better. He just brings more energy to the game than Jaden. Okay, Jorge, I totally agree until like literally 3 games ago, and then like suddenly Jaden like started turning it on. But I'm with you. Nah, I love, and I kind of made the joke early in the season where I was always saying Nah greater than Jaden. Which I still kind of believe. I mean, he still brings that defensive intensity. Jaden's just so long that, like, defensively, he can really lock down a lot of people where with less effort than Nah can. But I don't know. But I think Nah's up next. Let's do Nah. I prefer Nah too. More consistent, less minutes. Yeah, I mean, that is true. Let's do Nah. 20 points. Or not 20 points. 8 points in 20 minutes. 2 blocks from Nah tonight. Apparently he was a -14. It did not feel like that tonight. He was 3 of 6 shooting, 2 of 3 from 3. And honestly, what a luxury it is to have Nah. I mean, he is shooting so well. He had a couple games recently where he wasn't shooting well, but like it seems like it's back now. We're so lucky. I mean, Nah only makes like $4 million a year too. Like that contract is absurd. Insane value. I really hope that we have Nah for a long time because I love everything that he brings to the team. Wish we could have seen maybe a little bit more of him tonight. I mean, 20 minutes isn't crazy low for him, but I don't know. He just makes shots. He just makes some shots. Johnny says Nah B. Anthony says C or meh. Let's see. Yeah. Keep Nah at all costs. It's right, Jorge. June says B. I don't know where I am, honestly. I know I just hyped it up, but like, is it a B? I'm in between B and meh, and I feel like typically I go down for losses. I don't know. I think we can go with a B. I mean, I liked him. Him and Monte tonight I liked, and they didn't get enough minutes, I think. They only had 31 minutes combined, and they scored 14 points off the bench for us, so that's sort of nice, but okay. Let's do B. Fire Finch. It's his fault that Cat is missing these wide open threes. Yeah, no, I'm not. I just want to make it clear. The way I said it earlier was very dumb, and I made it sound like I was on the fence about firing Finch. I'm not. Just to be clear, nobody clip that, please. But let's see. Keep Nah at all cost. You're a clown if you think that's what I said. Oh, whoa, intense chatting. Let's talk about Ant. Let's just jump straight to Anthony Edwards. 27 points in 36 minutes, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Over under 15 arguing for calls mid play. Over, by the way. He was 9 of 12 shooting, 3 of 10 from 3, which is not great, but also not the worst. I mean, that's 30%. Did get to line a little bit tonight, 6 of 6. That's good, but One personal foul, 3 turnovers. Had 3 steals to make up for it, I guess. But I don't know. I know, right? I have to remember that sometimes. I don't know what to do for him. Maybe D'Lo. Like, it's crazy. Is D'Lo crazy? Actually, no, it's not D'Lo. I think it's maybe Meh. I think it's Meh. I'm not looking at the chat. I know there's going to be people that disagree with Meh, but I feel like it's a Meh for Ant. Because, like, he didn't take over in the fourth. Like, he had the 2 points in the fourth. That's bad. Like, that alone is D'Lo worthy or Wancho level. But, like, he was scoring in the game. He played some good defense at times, and he did get some steals. Now I'm talking about it. I still haven't looked at chat. I still haven't looked. I like to wait a little bit before I look at chat. I'm a little bit in between Meh and D'Lo, just because the fourth is so egregiously bad. We need some shots in the fourth from our number one player, even though we probably don't call him the number one player because we still announce Cat as the last player. Okay, let's catch up. Ant, meh, just because he didn't really show up in the fourth. Okay, yep, meh for Ant. D'Lo at best. I knew JJ would say that. That pass to center court where no one was there was the worst play I've ever seen. Yeah, but that's just like a miscommunication. I don't really know what he was doing. But that was weird. And I guess, I don't know. He should have had nearly 10 assists, though. No one can make a shot off of his passes. That is also true. Ant had some nice passes. It's meh. He had some nice passes tonight, especially early. But even throughout the entire game, he really did. We should look at. There's a stat out there. I can't remember what it's called, but like potential assists or something like that. Ant had a lot of great passes tonight, I think. Johnny says meh. Crone says meh. Dayon says meh. Meh is fine. We should expect greatness. Yeah, I think that's where I am. And I don't want to go lower than that because like 27 points, he wasn't shooting that bad. Had some good defense at times. So like he did have some laziness at times too. I just don't feel super strongly one way or the other. I don't like the laziness, but like other than that, it was meh. So I think meh makes sense. That fourth quarter was too horrific for me for meh. I don't know. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for the encouragement. You guys should encourage me more. Let's do Rudy next. Rudy's kind of a boring one. 12 points, 16 rebounds in 40 minutes. We are playing him 40 minutes every night. Like, who is our coach again? Is it Finch or is it Tibbs? 40 minutes for like the third game in a row for Rudy. 12 points, 16 rebounds, 3 blocks. I think if I had to rate his hands specifically tonight, probably like a Wancho, if not Bottoms. But his game in general, is it crazy to say meh? Is meh too low? I mean, that's like, he had a decent game. He also had a no-look pass, which, by the way, please, Timberwolves, stop doing no-look passes in close games. I guess it's the regular season, but like, I don't want to see a no-look pass in a game unless we win that game. So the fact that he did it and we lost, I'm just like very not okay with. But yeah. He was the only offense through 3 quarters. It's not wrong. Why the hell is Rudy playing 40 minutes? I don't know. Late in the season, we need to be resting Rudy for real. What was the over-under tonight? I forgot what the over-under was in the Discord. Let me look. It was Rudy 3.5 made free throws. What did he have? He had 2 free throws. Oh, I really thought he was going to get hacked more tonight, but they weren't calling many fouls. It was, I didn't like the calls in the beginning of the game. That bald ref really did not like us, and I don't mean to call him bald, but like that's his identifying factor. He's bald. And he really did hate us, I felt like. But then I was realizing that throughout the game, like just like weird calls were not happening. Yeah, it was weird. How did I do? I wonder how I did. I can't think and stream at the same time. Rudy, never do that pass again, but I'll cherish it in its own right. Yeah, that's fun play to pull out in the highlight reel at the end of the season when you don't remember whether you won or lost that game. but we might remember that. Yeah, I think you could possibly. Eric says you could go meh for Rudy. I kind of agree. That no look pass was nice. I'm just over it. I criticize Towns when he does it. I criticize Rudy when he does it. I mean, I don't know. Does Ant do no look passes? I don't know. Jorge, Rudy is definitely. There's too many things that people are picking up from Cat, and I hate it. They're all our team. Again, this is just basketball IQ. We pick up all the worst habits from every player. It's like nobody gets these like great habits from people. It's like we pick up the worst. Drives me nuts. I think we'll go with meh. I don't have any strong feelings. I mean, like this was a decent game for Rudy. Like it's not like I'm saying that he had a bad game. It's just that like I don't know. His hands were bad tonight, and his stat line is exactly what we'd expect for Rudy probably on our team. So. Like, sure, maybe I would, because I think he was 16 and 16 last game. So what, he was 12 and 16 this time? Like, that's pretty close. I do hate that we run the offense through him so much, but that's a Finch decision. Like, that's Finch's decision to have him. And I think I think I'm starting to see the vision. And it was clear, I don't remember if it was the Kings or the game before the Kings, where it's like, if Rudy gets the ball in a spot under the basket and dunks it, like, there's almost no stopping him unless you just foul him repeatedly, which I can't remember if it was the Kings or the team before that did that. And it was like, okay, I kind of see the vision, but we just do it so much. I just can't do it. So I don't know. You say that as Boston put up 150 points on Golden State an hour ago. That was wild. Anthony Giamatti. How is it a no-look pass and he looked away after he passed it? Anthony, you know, these players, this is what they do now. They just do it for the likes. And apparently none of the highlight package people care. They're just like, wow, look at amazing. Even I think casual fans start to like this more than like the actual no-look passes. It drives me nuts because that is a look and then no-look pass. But I agree. By the way, Tyrese Halliburton had 0 points the other day. Curry had 4 today. So put that in your memory banks because I always like to think that these players never have bad games like this, and they do. So they can still be legends. Okay, let's do. Oh, I guess I never graded Kyle. I'm just gonna do a quick grade for Kyle. He played 14 minutes at 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. I thought it was an okay game for Kyle. I kind of want to put him in meh though. Meh. I could maybe see B, honestly. He played okay. I didn't hate it. He bled all over the court, by the way, which was disgusting, and I never want to see that happen again. But that was the most remarkable thing he did tonight. He did have that nice block on Kawhi, and he scored like immediately after coming into the game. But yeah. Well, last up, everybody get your grades. Kyle got too many minutes. He only played 14. But you're right. But you're right, Clappiness. Somehow you're still right. Because the beginning of the fourth when he was in, I was like, no, please. And just like that, we lost the one spot. Yep. I think we needed to be ready for that, though, because that was going to happen. But okay. Karl Anthony Towns, get your grades in for Karl Anthony Towns. I see some of you already are. 34 minutes, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, almost a triple-double. 39% shooting. It was 7 of 18, and I think he shot 5 of 5 in the first. So you do the math on the rest of that. 2 of 7 from 3. I like that we're getting more attempts. I just think that the 3-point champion, former, should be able to make more than 2 out of 7. I will say this, and I'm going to keep saying this in Towns' favor every night. He gets mauled every time he drives to the basket and barely gets calls. He only had 2 free throws tonight. I will give him that. 3 turnovers, 5 fouls, some dumb fouls tonight. Just slapping at the ball. I mean, it's just like, play regular defense, please. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was a pretty bad game from Cat, and it's disappointing because this beginning was so good. It was so good in the beginning. Like, the first quarter, I let myself smile when I watched the game, and you always know that that's a mistake when you're watching Timberwolves basketball. I was like, wow, look at us. We were ready. We didn't have to take our naps today. Apparently we did. Because that first quarter was that was amazing. I loved that first quarter, but that was about it. He missed 10 shots in a row. Yeah, that's bad. I see some D'Lo. I see some C. I see D'Lo. I think it's a D'Lo. I'm thinking it's a D'Lo. I don't want to go all the way to Wancho. I think that's kind of unfair. But expect a little bit more shot making, especially after that hot start. I thought this was going to be like a crazy cat game, crazy ant game. This is one of those games where I didn't know what to expect win-loss wise, but I was like kind of leaning maybe like 55 to 60% win for us. So the fact that we started so well and then we still lost is like, ugh. Like, I get it. They're a good team full of good players. John Krasinski tweeted the night, by the way. He said something to the effect of like, the Wolves could really use Russell Westbrook to play right now. I'm like, whoa, John, that's crazy. You can't give that man a meh too. No, I didn't give him a meh. He's not getting a meh. I think D'Lo, it was a bad night. But I don't know. The foul shit is why he can't be the better player that he should be. Yeah, and just like, I mean, his shot making lately has not been good. I assume it's difficult for him to not be playing the number one role, but he still gets the ball a lot. Like, it's not like he's not getting the ball. So I don't know. Yeah, it's D'Lo. I agree about Cat getting fouled a lot, but until he stops complaining every time, it will not change. Yep. True. Cat needs to start showing up in the fourth quarter. He's making Supermax. He needs to play like, I mean, yeah, he's making Supermax. And like, we could talk about the dollar amount. Like, he's like 60+ million. You know, that's tough. That is tough. But I don't know. I do not know. So, Cat needs to start. Oh, I read that. Westbrook about to confront John. Seriously, he will. Hey, Caleb. Shout out. Thank you, Caleb, for the subscription. I can imagine the stare down right now. Yeah, he needs to. And also, John's there with his daughter tonight, so he needs to evacuate the building. Cool. Well, there's the tier list. Disappointing night. We play tomorrow. Let me pull up the schedule here. We play tomorrow and we play, I believe, the Blazers. It's a bad game. Bad game. Let's get chat back up here. At home, last of our 7 games at home. So that's sad. But we can make it. Towns is just too chaotic. Yeah. Need a rating for Finch? I mean, it's almost always D'Lo or Wancho. Like, maybe that's crazy to say, but I feel like that's true. Why is chat not working? Oh, weird. Anyways, and then we have 2 days off. Thursday, Friday, we play the Pacers, and then the Cavs. That's 2 games away. We need to win one of those 2 games at least, I think. We play the Lakers at Lakers on Sunday, at Clippers next Tuesday. Oh boy, got some tricky games coming up here. Chat, what is going on? Why isn't chat working? Let me do this and bring it back. See if that works. There we go. What the heck? But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away games in a row now. But two of those are at the end are against the Jazz, so that's hypothetically 2 wins. What do we need to do? So we play at home. We should win tomorrow. If we do not win tomorrow, that's a yikes. I will not be streaming tomorrow, by the way. Sorry, I will not be. I have too many things going on today. I barely streamed today, so I pushed that to tomorrow. So tomorrow's not going to be the day. Also, if we lose, I mean, maybe if we lose, I'll do some emergency stream or something. But we'll see. What do we need to go in those 6 away games? So Pacers, Cavs, Lakers, Clippers, Jazz. I think if you go 4-2, that's acceptable. 4-2 is okay. 3-3 maybe. If you're less than 500, It's not good because it doesn't get any easier. After that, it's the Nuggets twice, the Cavs, the Warriors. I mean, guys, it's not good. I want Marcus Morris. Oh, yeah, we signed somebody, didn't we? We signed TJ Warren for a 10-day contract, which is like, what? Hey, I mean, he played great in the bubble. Pry Quinn Snyder away from the Hawks. He's a lawyer, is he? I'd like Quinn Snyder, though. I mean, obviously, we have his entire team, so. I want Marcus Morris. He could play for us, but I really want his locker room presence for toughness. Yeah, we do need a toughness kind of guy player. Like, we have Kyle, but Kyle's not, I don't know. Kyle's okay. Yeah, we need some dog. Maybe it'll happen. I mean, he was bought out, I think, but if we get Bubble Warren, I'm back to being full-blown optimist. Oh, yeah, if we get Bubble Warren, holy. Yeah, that's crazy. Second round bound if we get him. Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, I think that might be it for today. It's been an hour. I'm hungry. It was great to see you all again. Yeah, you only sent a 10-day, so we could still get Morris, I think. But yeah, like the stream if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. We had no tech issues today. No tech issues. Oh, maybe I should be a fun voice to end the stream. Should I be Kawhi again? I think Kawhi was a good.
Okay, we're Kawhi right now. I appreciate you all. Thank you. What should I say? What's something with a streamer Kawhi person would say? I don't know. 52 wins is still possible. That's not what they say. But 52 wins is still possible. Intro as the outro. I will see you. I'm a fun guy. I will see you. When I'll see you. Not tomorrow. Some other game. Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. Anyways, good to see you all. Have a good night. Intro is the outro. 52 wins. See ya.